PlayStation fan too.
What is good, YouTube? What is good, PlayStation Nation? Let me see if my shit good. Yeah, we good. What's good, guys? What up, man? Happy Thursday. Horizon Forbidden West Eve. What is good, guys? How y'all feeling today, man? How are y'all feeling today?
I'm a PlayStation fan too.
I'm a PlayStation fan too. PlayStation Nation, what is good? Your boy Persona, gaming with Persona, the one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. Speaking of which, this Saturday morning, 11 a.m., no podcast, man. No What's Up PlayStation podcast this Saturday. Listen, man, it's Horizon. Me and Barry gonna be in that pretty heavy. So y'all know what it is, man. None of that. No podcast this Saturday. And shout out to the person that just subscribed to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. So listen, man, it's a couple things we're gonna talk about tonight, right? I said I wanted to do a show this week, and I definitely wanted to do it before Horizon drops, because listen, once Horizon drops, nothing else matters, man. Like, listen, nothing else matters once Horizon drops, right? Y'all know this, right? It's Horizon. It's Destiny 2 Witch Queen. It's Elden Ring. It's all that great stuff. Horizon most for sure. Horizon Destiny for sure. You feel me? Shout out to my boy Bari in the building, bro. Shout out to my bro Bari, man. The other half of Wups in the building. He says, "It's nap time. I'm old. LOL. You're." Yo, listen, Bari. So listen. This is my plan, right? I just finished work, because my vacation starts tomorrow. I'm off for a week and a half. You feel me? And I wanted to make sure that the way I am at work is I like to make sure that I got all my work and stuff complete, right? Like I don't like going on vacations or whatever, and I got a lot of projects and stuff that's pending, or I haven't made significant progress in a project or something like that, right? So today my goal was I want to make sure I any emails that I need to get to answer or sending those out, making sure all my projects and stuff are up to date and everything is good, so that when I come back, I could just come back fresh and continue doing what I do. You feel me? So shout out to that's what we had to do, man. So today I was listening to a couple spaces. We're gonna talk about spaces too. We're gonna talk about spaces, by the way. So I got my work done, and then we about to do a nice new episode of When Persona Speaks, episode 176, right? Right after this podcast, I'm gonna clean up real quick, make sure everything is good, nice and tidy, and then I'm hitting the bed, man. I'm setting my alarm for 11:45, right? And I'm taking me the meanest nap, sleep, whatever. And then I'm getting up at 11:45, which is good because I'm tired too. That's the funny thing. I'm really tired today too, which I wanted it to be like that so that I would take a nap later anyway. So take a nap, wake up 11:45, wash my face, all that stuff, brush my teeth, and I'm on Horizon. I'm waiting for Horizon to unlock at 12. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is Horizon Day. You understand? Horizon is upon us. We all have been waiting for this for such a long time, and it is finally here. Horizon Forbidden West is about to be out, and boy oh boy am I hype. So that's my plans for tonight, man. That's my plan, you feel me? Team no sleep. Nah, I'm good. Let me hit up but where are my manners, man? Before we get into anything, let me shout out everybody in the chat real quick, man. Yo, Viper Reap in the building. Viper, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, bro. Yo, Viper, you got something coming your way, bro. Blackbeard in the building. Blackbeard, what's good with you, bro? Neil S in the building. Neil, what is going on? The Unknown, what's going on with you, Neil? The Unknown. Blackbeard, Team Ambush in the building. Lorenzo Carson in the building. Soapbox Games in the building. Oh, shout out to my boy Soapbox. King Kiso in the building. Yo, Keese, what's good, man? Appreciate you, bro, always. Yo, Jazzy Jefferson Jazzy Jefferson in the building. What's good, Jazzy? Jay Bari in the building, the other half of Wups, my bro. Shout out to you, Bari. Yo, Vedger in the building. Vedger, what's good, man? GN the Don in the building. GN, what's good, bro? How you feeling, man? Carl Anchor in the building. Carl, how you feeling today? Mr. Go Tryhard guy, Uchiha. What is going on, Mr. Go Tryhard, Uchiha? Corey Macy in the building. Corey, what's good, bro? Caleb Kaiser. Yo, Caleb, what's good, man? Appreciate you. Yo, Martin DS in the building. Martin, how you feeling today? Games for Eternity in the building. What's going on? Games for Eternity. Who else is here? Who else? Yo, Philip Sin. Yo, Philip, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, Philip, always, man. Yo, Henry Heck in the building. Yo, Henry, what's good, man? Shout out to Lil Mama if she's watching as well. Shout out to the wife if she's watching. The whole family might be watching me, Henry. I don't know. Shout out to everybody that's watching over at Henry's house. Lil Mama, the missus, Henry. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Omar in the building. Omar, what's good, bro? Yo, J0, what's good, J0? Appreciate you, bro. Slick in the building. Slink, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. Yo, Alchemist. Alchemist, what's up? Appreciate you. Cloud Strife in the building. Appreciate you. Stardust of Zero, what's good, bro? J Ches in the building. What's good? Dan Jill B in the building. What is good? Link in the building. Link, what's going on, Link? Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Let me get these I got Barry super chat. Yo, shout out to Caleb for being 11 months. Yo, Caleb was another one, man. One of the first members of the channel, man. Appreciate you, Caleb, for always being a member on the channel, bro. I always appreciate you. He says, yo, we in here. Let's go. Shout out to Caleb, man. Caleb, appreciate you, bro. And then, yo, Mr. Go Tryhard guy, 11 months as a member on the channel. Mr. Go Tryhard guy, always appreciate you, bro. He says, the week Horizon come out, I got friends and family coming over, so I'm going to have to cut our reunion short. Hey, yo, listen, bro. Nah, man, I told everybody, like, don't bother me, man. Don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone, all right?
Respect my time. Respect my time. I got a wife and kids.
Respect my time. Respect my time.
Respect my time, okay? Don't bother me, okay? Because it's Horizon, it's gamers, it's PlayStation gamers holiday, okay? PlayStation Nation, we are eating good right now. You understand? Because we got the PlayStation exclusive Horizon Forbidden West. We got another PlayStation exclusive, Destiny Witch Queen. I'm kidding. I'm sure somebody's like, Persona, you know that's not correct now. You know, so every you ever be joking around and someone just can't take a joke, right? You know it's a joke. But you know, you always got those people that, Persona, I don't know, that's not necessarily true. If you read the article, they said, I'm like, bro, relax, it's a joke. Like, you don't even play Destiny, so why are you even trying to defend this? Like, shut up, shut the hell up, relax, right? But, the PlayStation exclusive Destiny 2 Witch Queen, Elden Ring, right? Elden Ring, which might be exclusive as well. I'm kidding. But, Bandai Namco definitely put out a funny message today on Twitter that had a couple people like, and this is what I was saying before. It's like, after this whole acquisition thing, everything now looks like a potential acquisition. It could just be straight up like, they just throwing shit out on Twitter. But people are going to look at it and be like, are they going to buy them now too? I wonder. I should make a video on this. Hold on. Bandai Namco said I had to walk through all types of land to get to the PlayStation headquarters. What do I get as a reward? Maybe they are going to be acquired by Bandai. Who knows? It's just like everything now is just straight up like, which is, I hate that our community is in this mindset right now, but it's the nature of the beast, right? Because of everything that's been happening this past 2 months, right? Or month and a half or whatever. Everything just like everybody's just watching now because it's like, PlayStation said there's more acquisitions. I'm sure Microsoft is going to do a bunch more acquisitions as well. So it's just like everyone is just looking like, is this an acquisition? Are they going to buy them? They'll buy them, so it's just like, it's crazy, right? Yeah, Bandai definitely trolling GN. That's a fact. Make sure I got everybody in the chat. Yo, bro C, bro son, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. Steady flow, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. SIE, what's good, SIE? G Junior, Issa. Yo, Issa, where you been? Yo, Issa, I ain't seen you in the chat in a minute. You good? Issa, you good? I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm glad to see you in the chat, Issa. Yo, Kevin Green, what's good, Kevin? Plus Ultra, James Williams, Arcade, The Hatsuma. Shout out to everybody in chat, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I really do appreciate y'all, man. Round of applause for the folks in the chat. I said, round of applause for the people in the chat. Yo, Jesus Morales, what's good, man? Lay, what's good, man? J Doggy, shout out to everybody in the chat. All right, so, yo, funny story too, man. Like, I had a real life, I was talking to my sister today, right? And, my older sister, she's older than me by like 4 years. And, what were we talking about? She was telling me some funny shit that she saw on Twitter, or not on Twitter, on Instagram, about New York dudes, right? Like hood New York dudes. And, I was making fun of her because, you know, she like them real like bad boy New York type of dudes, right? And I always used to tell her like, yo, man, like you love them, like that's you. Like the girls they be making that. I'd be like, yo, that's you. My name is Sasha. I'd be like, Sasha, that's you, right? She's like, what you mean? What you mean, Basani? You don't know what you talking about. I'm like, yo, listen, that's you, man. And so I got into character. Yo, I really wanted to be a voice actor when I was young, man. I swear to God. So I was like, yo, this how New York dudes be calling you on the phone, man, when they want you to come pick you up. I don't know if I can do it as good as I did it earlier. And I gotta like try to hold my laughter in, so it might not be as good, right? If I can't do it as good, then we'll move on. So like, you ever, especially my New Yorkers, y'all gonna know. As soon as I start doing the voice, y'all gonna know. You know, dude, just get out of Rikers or some shit, right? The bad boys in New York. They'd be like, hey, yo, short, hey. I can't do it. Hold on. Let me get ready. I'm laughing. Hey, yo, shorty, come pick me up from the train. You feel me, shorty? Hey, yo, shorty, stop by the store and get me a black and mild, shorty. Yeah, yo, come pick me up, shorty. I'm trying to stay at your crib. I just got a Rikers, shorty. Like, yo, that's how. I can't do it as good. I can't do it as good as I did earlier because I'm laughing. But that's how hood New York nigga. I'm like, yo, that's how niggas be on the phone with you. Sasha, you're like, hey, yo, shorty, come pull up and come pick me up. Yo, I just got a Rikers, shorty. Like, and so like, yo, we was just like, I was just making fun of her because I'm like, yo, you one of them chicks, man, the bad boy, like you love bad boys, this shit. And I'm like her ex, he used to talk like that, and I always used to make fun of him, like, yo, bro, like you sound like a stereotypical New York hood nigga. Yo, shorty, stop playing with me, shorty. I need you to come pick me up, man. Go get me some black and miles and a Dutch. Go get me a Dutch, shorty. Or like, and then like, whenever you're on the phone with a hood nigga from New York, hey, yo, shorty, when you come pick me up, man, get me a Dutch, get me a black and mild. You feel me? And call me when you here, all right? Bye. And then New York, they be like, bye. Hey, yo, man, I love New York, man. I love my state. I love my state, man. All right, let's move on, man. All right, so, yo, man, it's a couple things I want to talk about today, right? We're gonna talk about that Nintendo shit. Nintendo don't do no wrong. We definitely gonna talk about Nintendo shit, because I'ma speak. You feel me? Yo, J Gamer, what's good, bro? Jeff B Gamer, what's good? Shaquille, what's good? Iron Panther, what's good? D, what's good, man? Ice Queen, what's good? Ice Queen, shout out to everybody. So, I want to talk about spaces real quick. You feel me? I want to talk about spaces real quick because, when it comes to like spaces real for me personally, space has really been dead. Like I don't really I haven't really been in a lot of spaces and like really participated in spaces or even done any spaces in a minute. You know, for me, spaces has always been like a once in a blue type of thing, right? And the reason for that is because I feel like doing a podcast, doing a show, like how I do here, it allows me to be more creative.
Cut the cap.
You know,
I'm a PlayStation fan too.
I can use my sounds. You know, I could do the voice
Changer. Hey guys, Mr. Gaming Politician.
You know, I could really be, I don't know, like actually doing a podcast and a show allows me to be more creative and be able to entertain my supporters and entertain y'all just much better. Like I just like YouTube and doing an actual structured podcast much better, personally speaking, right? I don't have, you know, this not, even though I make fun of like, and I only make fun of people that are like addicted to spaces because motherfuckers be in spaces all day. So I always gonna make fun of that, right? But you know, the idea of spaces, of like bringing people together, you know, all that stuff is cool. But these past 2 days, I actually been in like a couple spaces, right? Like actually in spaces, right? Listening and participating, right? And yo, Blandrew, what's good, bro? Yo, Seto Kaiba, what's up? Skip the Nintendo topic. It ain't important. Hey, yo, Blandrew, we talk about that, bro. Cut it out. We talk about that Nintendo shit. And so like, yo, I was in a space. There's 2 spaces I want to talk about because even the do you truly want gaming to improve? It kind of coincides with the space I was in yesterday. It kind of how like this console war stuff is and how gaming community with the gaming industry, just how gaming is in general. So we're gonna have that conversation. But I want to talk about a space I was in earlier today, right? I was in yo, Kelvin Smith, what's good? Cyber Dragon. I was in Xbox University's space today, right? And you know, I was listening, I was working, and you know, I was listening or whatever, you know, and it was a cool conversation, honestly. Ayo, Cyber Dragon, appreciate you for the super chat, man. He says, seeing the Horizon Forbidden West drop soon, a bar I have posted before. If you look at the horizon and see 0 games on your platform, it will dawn on you that a second Horizon is coming. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. So I was in Xbox Uni's, shout out to Cyber Dragon, by the way, too. Shout out to the super chat. So I was in Xbox Uni's space. I know a lot of people don't like Xbox Uni. You know, listen, he coming around, right? Slowly. So I was in his space, right? And I'm listening, you know, it's just regular, you know, conversation about games and this and that. I'm listening. And some dude, so some dude named Shadow something, right? He comes, it was his turn to speak. And so they were talking about, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was talking about Last of Us 2, or they were talking about something with Last of Us or something. They were talking about a PlayStation game. I know that for a fact. And so this dude comes in, and it's his turn to speak, and he starts talking about SoC clocks and CPU, GPU class categories and all this technical, you know, I'm a console engineer too. All this console engineer bullshit, and I'm like, I have no experience. I have no experience. I'm sitting there saying this man ain't got no fucking experience because he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And so like I'm sitting there listening, and like guys, you ever hear something so stupid? You ever read or see something or hear something so stupid that you just like stop in the middle of what you're doing and either look, or like you just or you just gotta look at your phone? That's what happened to me. I was typing, you know, typing up something, typing up an email or something like that, right? And the dude started talking all this stupid shit. So at first I'm like, what the fuck? Like I stopped for a second, I looked at my phone, and I'm like, who the fuck is this talking? And I look, and I'm like, who the fuck is, like, what is he talking about? So I'm like, whatever. So like, you know, I was like, I'm still listening. I'm typing up my email. Beep, 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 da. And then the man keep going on and on about how people don't know nothing about technology and how these are mobile components, and the PlayStation and Xbox CPU and GPU are in the same class as the Nintendo Switch. And at this point, I had to stop in the middle of what I was doing, and I had to jump into the goddamn space because you boring the fuck out of me. 1, 2, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm a console engineer too. I have no experience. I'm a console engineer too. You don't know what you're talking about, right? So I come into the space, I'm like, listen, What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, bruh? First off, you boring the hell out. Listen, you boring the shit out of everybody right now. It was like almost 200 people in the space. You are boring the shit out of everybody in this goddamn space. 1. 2, what are you talking about? What does this have to do with anything? You don't know what you're talking about. It does not make sense. You're spreading misinformation. Oh, look, somebody else, they don't know what they're talking. They mad. I'm like, ain't shit to be mad about. I'm about to play Horizon tomorrow. I don't give a fuck about no SoC clocks and CPU and GPU classes and shit. What are you talking about? And I'm like, bro, second of all, I am in tech, like, I follow tech. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. No. And you ain't got him the fuck out of it. Come sitting and I'm like, yo, you are boring the shit out of this audience, bro. The audience is bored. Like, no one wants to hear this shit, especially if you're not going to make that information entertaining, right? If you're not even trying to deliver it in an entertaining way, you know, throwing some jokes in there or whatever, like, no one's going to listen to that shit. You're boring, dude. You're boring the shit out of everybody. It's crazy. So, like, yo, that shit just like blew my mind, man. I was just, and I got out of it. I'm just like, bro, what is going on here? Like, what are we doing here? And it's funny too, because when I went back to listen, I said to myself, this is the part of Spaces that I'm just like, you motherfuckers are tiring. Jesus Christ. But yo, it was a cool space. So it was a good conversation. All right, so I want to touch on a couple things real quick, right? I want to touch on this whole review talk real quick. And it seems like every time, and this only seems like it for PlayStation games, right? But it seems like every time a PlayStation exclusive comes out, right? We always get, you know, PlayStation Nation, a lot of us don't really follow reviews or really look at reviews from a place of like, you know, is this something I should buy? Let me go check this review. Like, you know, I'm not doing that. You know, I ain't gonna speak for the rest of you, but I don't really do that, right? Well, you know, reviews, you look them just to kind of see what the consensus is and you move on, whatever. But it seems like every time a PlayStation game comes out, there's always this, Corey said, but I have no experience.
I have no experience.
That motherfucker ain't have no experience, Corey, real talk. But, you know, when it comes to like these reviews, like every time a PlayStation game comes out, there's always this topic of, you know, you always tend to see sites that kind of go down this path of like trying to be different or whatever, right? And listen, I don't give, like, listen, you can make the score 0 out of 0, right? I'm gonna still call you out and be like, you frauding here, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm taking what you say or what any of these people say serious. But just because you call something out doesn't mean that you're taking it, you're calling something out, right? A lot of people are looking at it like, oh, you know, these reviews, they don't really matter. A lot of people are trying to minimize, and listen, an 89 is a great score, and I think I said this to Luca. An 89 is a great score, and really the score in general doesn't matter, right? Like if you love a game, if you're excited for a game, definitely pick it up, definitely check it out. That's always been my philosophy, where it's like, yo, listen, if you look at a game, you see the gameplay and it interests you, right? Or you see the story, or you see like whatever they're showing, it has you like, damn, man, I can't wait to really try that and play that. You know, that for me personally, that's enough for me to be like, yo, I'm gonna pick this up, right? And personally speaking, right? Sometimes it's a dud. You know, most of the time, my intuition, or, you know, I've been gaming for a long time, so most of the time, my intuition is right. But, you know, that has, like, one dud is Edge of Eternity, right? I looked at the combat gameplay they put out a couple weeks back. I'm like, yo, this looks dope, right? I picked it up. It's dog. It's not good, right? It's got some optimization issues, and, you know, it's just not what I was expecting, right? So, you know, we all take duds here and there, right? But for the most part, I'm always right about games that I choose to pick up and play and buy and put my time into, because I know what I like. I love JRPGs. I love RPGs. I love action adventure. I love FPS. You know, those are my genres. You feel me? So, you know, chances are, you know, I'm gonna be able to pick and choose, you know, especially if you really follow a game, right? But I do think when it comes to how some of these publications act or move, I do think that, you know, they do need to be called out. right? Because at the end of the day, damn the score. It's more so the lack of integrity and objectivity, right? And that was it's funny because that was a title that I was going to put on this show, was the lack of objectivity, integrity, and objectivity within games journalism. But I was like, that's a little too aggressive, right? But when you speak about things like that, oftentimes you see people try to, especially if it's a PlayStation game, a lot of people like to equate it with, PlayStation fans are angry, right? And listen, there are definitely a lot of PlayStation fans out there that are angry that it's an 89 and not a 90, right? And that's their prerogative. You understand? I'm not going to tell you how you should and should not feel, especially if you hold reviews to a high regard, right? And like that's something that you do. It is what it is. For me and how I'm looking at it, I'm more so looking at it kind of the same way how I look at the gaming community when it comes to a lot of things that happen in gaming, is with games journalism. My issue is the lack of integrity and objectivity, right? Oftentimes you see people say, well, review is an opinion, or they'll try to use two different reviews, two different people who are doing a review on two different games, and try to say that people who are mad at this one person who gave a score for this game and mad at this person for a score for this game, it does not equate because they're two different people. Now, yes, I agree that because two different people are writing or doing a review of a game, obviously their opinions will be different when it comes to their feelings towards the game. Absolutely, 100%, right? I would never dispute that, right? But see, my thing is, I'm more so looking at it because what happens is people tend to try to remove the brand or remove the company behind the person and kind of just try to single out that person and say, oh, well, this person did the review, right? So for example, say if I ran a gaming media website called, Personas Magazine or Personas Gaming Mag or whatever. Yeah, PersonasGamingMagazine.com, right? And I have, a ton of people that are on my staff who also do, work with me, and we put out content, we put out articles, we also do reviews. If someone puts out a review for, let's just say Horizon, just because that's coming out tomorrow. If someone puts out a review for Horizon and says, hey, with Horizon, it's a 3 out of 10, it's dog shit, it's trash, blah, 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 but everybody else on the team feels differently, clearly that's their opinion. And they should obviously write and feel how they feel. But see, there needs to be, in my opinion, this is my opinion, guys, I'm not saying that but when it comes to the brand, right? When it comes to PersonasGamingMagazine.com, things like that affect the brand. Especially if someone didn't finish the game, or they played on the easiest difficulty, right? Or they skipped a bunch of stuff. Then, if all that stuff starts to come out, that hurt, yes, to that writer, that hurts their credibility. But in the grander scheme of things, it also hurts the brand. It also hurts the business, right? Because now the faith that has been lost due to how somebody handles themselves in their writing is now it's a reflection of the company. So regardless of what anyone is saying, oh, well, this person is different from that person, absolutely. But regardless of who is doing what, it affects the company, it affects the brand, it affects the publication. So if you're writing for IGN, GameSpot, or whatever, yes, the people that are coming at that writer, whatever, but it's also the brand that's getting hurt as well because of association, because of who they're affiliated with. Why do you think companies, like if somebody that's higher up in a company, so say, a CEO or a senior VP or something does something scandalous and it's out in the news and it's out in the press, right? And they did something so crazy or whatever. What normally happens in those types of situations? People are calling for their job. because it's like, if you don't, then we're not going to support this business, or sales might be affected by this, so we're going to have to cut ties with you. That same thing applies to everything, especially anything that has a brand, anything that has an umbrella-ing corporation. That's just what it is. So if a reviewer puts this bad score in a game, sure, that's his opinion, but it's also a reflection of how this brand is as a whole. So if the brand stands behind that, then the brand also agrees with what that person says. What does that mean? And if people don't agree with that, that hurts the brand. That hurts the company. But people don't see it like that. People tend to want to single people out for that, right? Which is why I say the lack of integrity and objectivity, because although these are people's opinions, these opinions are supposed to, these reviews, in my opinion at least, these reviews are supposed to be done in a way where they could be used as an objective, well, one, withhold integrity, because I think a lot of these journalists just don't have any integrity or respect for gaming, personally speaking, but also try to remain as impartial as possible. Try to remain as objective as possible, right? Stick to the facts, stick to what people are there for, right? No one is there to read 2 paragraphs of why this game shouldn't be $70. No one is there to read 2 paragraphs of, you know, if this is worth the money. No, is the game good? Does the game deliver? Yes or no? Put that stuff into the article. You read a lot of these reviews nowadays, and it's a lot of, you know, oh yeah, is it worth 70 though? I don't know. I don't know. 70 might be a little too steep, but it's just too much politicking and just like shit that just doesn't apply to the actual game. And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, damn, bro, like this is, damn. You know, I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Right? And that's why, like, not even just reviews, like, it's not even for me personally, because I don't use reviews to determine any purchase when it comes to gaming. Absolutely not, right? I've always, you know, again, I've been gaming for a long time. My opinion is what matters, right? I'll hit up people in the community, right? You know, like Bari, you know, me and Bari talk all the time about games that we're playing or games that we're interested in, or why we're not interested in this game or whatever, all the time, right? Like, I'll definitely listen to Bari's opinion about a game. Like, if Bari says, yo, this is good, me and Bari have a lot of the same taste in games, and you know, Bari is very well versed in games as well. So like, yo, like me and him, we talk all the time about that, right? You know, Chuck and Sick, and you know, people that I rock with within the community. I'll definitely listen to their opinion, like, yo, is this good? Like, would you play this? Like, are you picking this up? 100%. But it stops there. And at the end of the day, my opinion is what matters most. So even if something is good for, say, Bari, I might play it and say, yo, this is ass. And Bari be like, nah, y'all know how Bari get. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about, Persona. Nah, man, did you play the game? Did you actually sit down and play the game? Did you understand the game, sir? Y'all know how Bari is. You know, and then it turns into we'll be debating a whole debate on some bullshit, you feel me? So, you know, like, but my opinion is what matters most. Just like Bari's opinion is what matters most for him. You know what I'm saying? So I've always maintained that. But my thing is, when it comes to journalism now, not even journalism, gaming journalism, you know, I just think the integrity, right? Like the true love for gaming, I really think it really is lost in a lot of areas, right? And that's why, just in general, man, it's not just it's not reviews for me, man. It's just in general. I'm just like, I read a lot of this stuff and I'm just like you know, like, it's very few publications, man, that I still really like. And it's not even just PlayStation news. Like, I want to preface that as well, because a lot of people will hear this and be like, well, Persona, maybe you're just mad.
Maybe, Persona, you're just mad because, you know, they're giving you bad PlayStation news.
But no, it's not just that. It's just news in general that's just not as good. There's no integrity.
No, Persona, it's because you can't take bad PlayStation news. You're angry because you're a PlayStation fanboy, and all you want to hear is good PlayStation news. You don't want to read anything bad about PlayStation, Persona.
And I'm like, no, that's not it at all. You get what I'm saying? Because listen, I want the good, and you have to be able to take the good and the bad with whatever you rock with. You feel what I'm saying? So if there's bad news about PlayStation, put it out there. I want to know what it is. I I'm someone, I don't like to be oblivious. I'm not oblivious. Give me the good and the bad. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of the publications, I don't know what it is. I really don't. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, I don't know. I'm on my soapbox. Shout out Soapbox Gaming, by the way. Shout out to Soapbox Gaming, Connor. Shout out to Connor. So, you know, I don't know what it is. But, you know, again, reviews, I think when it comes to reviews themselves, again, if that's something that you follow and a metric that you use to determine if a game is worth buying, that's your prerogative. For me, I love gaming, man. Like, in general, I love gaming. Like, a lot of people say that, but oftentimes people don't really show. Like, here's another thing about this community that's just like so crazy. Like, to me, like, it's just like, you know, a lot of people say they love gaming, right? I didn't say I love PlayStation gaming or I love this gaming or that gaming. I just say, yo, I love gaming. Yo, Salazar Naruto, what's good? Yo, Strictly in the building. Yo, Dark Star Killer. Shout out to everybody here, man. Appreciate y'all. A lot of people say they love gaming, but they don't really play no games, man, or they not really showing that stuff. And that's the stuff that, like, you know, that whole practice what you preach thing, that's always been my mindset. It's like, yo, I love gaming. You know, like, it's a couple games on the Switch I can't wait to pick up and play. I got Pokemon Arceus. I've been playing that off and on. It's pretty cool. You understand? Kirby Forgotten Land, right? Triangle Strategy. Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, it's a couple games. Breath of the Wild too. It's a couple games on the Switch I can't wait to play. You get what I'm saying, man? PlayStation is stacked with shit that I can't wait to play, right? And then, you know, with the Xbox, you know, there's these new toaster strudels that I've been wanting to use, and since I got this new heater, which is the Series X, you know, I get to try out new foods because now I can heat foods with the new heater I got. So, you know, there's a lot of new things. There's a lot of new things out there that, you know, I love gaming, man. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, that's my whole thing with the review thing. But I do think when it comes to reviews, I don't think people should be attacking anyone, right? Like, you know, that stuff is a no-no. Attacking people and doing all that crazy shit, nah. Harassing people and all that, nah. Because at the end of the day, these are people's opinions. You understand what I'm saying? If you enjoy the game, if it's a game that you love, right? And see, here's the other thing. If it's a game that you really love and you want to share your love for that game, like one of the sayings that I always used to say back in the day, I don't really say it as much these days, but I always just be like, yo, I'm a game that loves to share my experiences with the world. You know, for people in this community that really love gaming and really love these types of games and want to share those type of experiences and show people why they should play these games, put some gameplay out there, put some content out there, right? Do a video. Like, I love smaller YouTubers. Like, I follow a couple of big YouTubers. I love following the mid to small size YouTube channels, right? Like the 150K, 200K, the 50Ks, the 10Ks, the 200s, the 100. Like, I love following those people, man, because I feel like those people, you get more of a genuine, more authentic type of experience, right? You really get their thoughts. You get what I'm saying, man? So, you know, if you're not liking what a review is putting out there, put your own content out there, build your own following, build your own, you know, that's how I see it, because it's like, yo, there's strength in numbers. Put yourself out there and be like, yo, this is what I think about the game. That's how I feel about it. But attacking people, harassing people, y'all know how I feel about that, man. That stuff is lame. That stuff is trash, man. Don't do that, man. That stuff is lame. Don't do that, man. That's not good. That's no good, man. That's no good on any level, regardless of who you are, PlayStation, Xbox, whoever. That's not good, man. Attacking people because of reviews and harassing people, nah. We don't do that. We don't do that, man. We don't do that. That's just not good. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yo, Samuel, what's good, man? John Doe, what's up, man? Rob Gaming TV, what's good, man? Appreciate all y'all. Requiem of Demons, what's good, bro? Shout out to all y'all in the chat, man. So now it's another thing I want to talk about of within this community, man. The whole idea of not making fun of games, but let me be specific. The idea of, okay, let me phrase it like this. Let me clean this up. I'm gonna phrase it like this. Because I was in a space yesterday. I was in a space talking to what space was I in? I was in Tehran space. So and it was like a whole thing about like energy code and guap. Shout out to guap and the cheat code. And they were talking about Chico was talking about how people are disingenuous in this community about like the fanboy stuff and the console war and all that stuff. And like I was really thinking about it, man, because I was telling him why like he was wrong for saying what he was saying because of how he acts, right, on his timeline as well. But I was also thinking about it from this perspective as well. And that's why I put the question of, do you truly want gaming to improve, right? Because oftentimes a lot of people will try to say that any type of critique, right, that comes from a person that prefers a different platform is disingenuous, it's malicious, it's fanboy console war shit, right? So for example, because I prefer PlayStation, if I were to say Xbox has not delivered since the start of 2022 and they fucked up on Halo Infinite in 2021, and you know we have no dates for no games except for Starfield and Stalker 2, and like, you know, and that's all the way at the end of the year, but the rest of the other 10 months of the year seem abysmal, and Xbox needs to do better at, you know, putting out games at a steady pace from their studios. If I were to say that someone that prefers Xbox but or claims they're a neutral,
I'm a neutral.
You know, someone that you know prefers the other side will say, oh well, you know, you're only saying that because you're a fanboy, a PlayStation fanboy. And I'm sitting there like, but I played through Halo Infinite. I'm telling you, the game, the story in Halo Infinite is dog shit because I played through it and beat the campaign. I'm telling you that the online in Halo Infinite, and I'm just using that as an example, but you know, the online in Halo Infinite is good, it's cool, but there leaves much to be desired. You know, it's severely lacking in content and maps and game modes and a lot, right? But because I prefer PlayStation, that's looked at as console war shit, right? Crossfire X. So this is the whole conversation of Crossfire X that's been floating around, right? And Crossfire X is not being received well from the media, and it's not being received well from people that played it. It's dog shit. It's a 40 on Metacritic, right? So a couple people in the community are like, you know, laughing. And yo, listen. And this is something I've said a long time ago. People aren't laughing at developer. Well, you know what? Let me not even speak for everybody. I'm gonna speak for myself. When it comes to some of these games that don't do well when they release from the Xbox side of things, a lot of it is not people. At least for me, I'm not laughing at developers, right? Because listen, it's hard to put games out there. You know, people put out duds, right? You know what I'm saying? As long as you are learning from your mistakes and trying to create something better the next time around, or trying to fix the game, even though it's still unacceptable, like 100%, it's unacceptable. So, you know, although it is unacceptable and you need to do better and you need to be better and create better things, you know, you still need to be called out for that. Like, I think, yo, like, look, this game is ass. This game is not good. You need to do better, right? To me, I look at that as like, yo, look, that's how I am. I'm like, yo, that's what this is. But when it comes to how a lot of people are, Soap Guy said, "Are you Jesus Christ, sir?" Had me dying. Yo, listen, because listen, man, people can't sit up on a high horse, man. Oftentimes, a lot of things get misconstrued for console war instead of being honest, right? Just like with a lot of people in real life, man. Like, you know, do you have friends in your life, right? Everybody that's in the chat right now, and let me know in the chat, do you have somebody in your real life right now that, you know, either a friend, a family member, your wife, your kids, whoever, do you have somebody in your life right now that can really tell you, that can really be honest with you? So what do I mean? So say, you know, you out with your boys and you smell kind of ripe, you know, you're not smelling your best, you got a bad odor. Do you have a friend that'll pull you to the side and be like, yo, bro, I think you need to go home and wash up, man, you smell kind of funky, or your breath stink, you need to, you know, get some gum or something and clean that up, right? Or ladies, you know, do you have a friend that can, like, if you step out the closet or out the shower with that dress on, and it don't fit, or it ain't what it should be, do you have a friend that'd be like, girl, I love you, honey, your child, I love you, honey, but that dress, baby girl, you need to turn around, that dress ain't it. Like, you get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, like, if you don't have somebody like that in your corner, I strongly suggest you get somebody like that in your corner. I strongly suggest you get a friend, a significant other, or family, whoever in your corner that's going to tell you, like, yo, you fucking up, you need to do better, yo, you need to get on your grind and do what you do. Because truly and truly, the ones who truly care about you are the ones that'll make you, that'll really tell you, like, yo, tell you like it is, ain't going yes man you to death. You get what I'm saying? Yo, King Kiso, that's a fact. You need at least one of those people in your corner. You need at least one of those people in your corner. I'm fortunate enough to have about 2 or 3 of those types of people in my corner. You need those types of people in your corner, right? So I'm gonna bring that type of analogy to gaming, right? When it comes to gaming, constructive criticism. Right now, obviously, there are people out here in this community who, when they're comparing, the whole, like, comparing Peach Fuzz and to this, or comparing fruit in one game to another, that's just jokes, man. I think that stuff is funny, if anything. I don't think a lot of that stuff should be taken seriously, right? I always think that stuff is just cracking jokes and being funny. But if we're really talking about a game that needs to be better, or a company that needs to do better, right? Regardless of where it is or what it is, as long as the criticisms are valid, right? And you may ask, well, Persona, who's to say that this is valid? Who's to say? Because and I'll give you an example of someone that might try to flip what I'm about to say. So someone might say, oh, Persona, so Persona, are you saying that if I say that PlayStation needs its own Game Pass, that's okay? No, because what PlayStation is currently doing is outpacing the competition in what they're doing. So to say that PlayStation needs a Game Pass like model, no, that's not. What type of constructive criticism is that? There is no proof that type of model is successful. So until there's actual tangible proof and numbers and the facts, data, and statistics support that type of claim, that is not constructive criticism, because there's nothing to support that. So no, because I already know how people are. Oh, well, the Game Pass, well, that means that PlayStation needs Game Pass, right, Persona? That means that's good, that needs Game Pass. No, not at all. Absolutely not. So let's nip that shit in the butt. Right there. Let's cut it off at the head. Right there. No, that's not constructive criticism. That's just some bullshit you're trying to push. Anyway, so when it comes to gaming, the true constructive criticism of, Xbox needs to do a better job of, releasing content. PlayStation needs to do a better job with their messaging. Switch needs to do a better job of stop being real fucked up with how they treat their people and put these games on sale, right? All that bullshit, shit like that is valid, right? It's valid, and it's criticism. And listen, there's gonna be people that's gonna agree with your criticism, and then there's gonna be people who don't agree with your criticism. That's just how the world is, man. Like, there's a lot of people who don't like me. There's a lot of people who may not even agree with what I say. Even in the chat with y'all, man. Sometimes when we having conversations talking about gaming, right? Talking about something in the news, there'll be a ton of y'all that disagree in the chat, right? And that's perfectly fine, man. That's the great thing about gaming. That's the great thing about the PlayStation Nation, is that we all are going to disagree, right? But we all can still come together and talk gaming, talk shop. You feel me? So when it comes to the constructive criticisms that are had in gaming, this shit right here, when how certain things are, especially with Crossfire, let's use that as the example just because that's the hot topic this week. Crossfire is ass. Clearly, across the board. And the reason why a lot of people do what they do is because it's because of a lot of the the Xbox zealots, right? Because you have a lot of Xbox zealots out here that put these games on such a high pedestal and such a high throne. And then when they don't deliver, or when they can't meet those type of requirements or demands, everyone walks out with egg on their face and they try to move past it or forget it or delete tweets or act like they didn't say that. It's the zealots that really set a lot of these developers, I wouldn't even just preface it Xbox, just in general, that set a lot of these developers up for failure, right? PlayStation studios are out here pumping out high quality games. They are, I disagree with certain things, but I respect personal opinions. Yo, Corey, appreciate you, bro. I respect you and your opinions as well. You know, we know that PlayStation devs, they put out high quality games. They put out like, just look at Horizon, man. Just look at how amazing this game is looking. Just say, I can't wait to see this game on my OLED because it looks amazing. But, you know, I know that, you know, there may come a time where because PlayStation is under such immense pressure. Their developers are under such immense pressure because they have to always outdo themselves. They always have to create the highest quality of games. Although that is their mindset, right? People keep PlayStation on their toes. The more you keep PlayStation on their toes, the more they can't slip up, the more eyes that's on them, the more that they're going to continue to be great and grow, right? Obviously, PlayStation Studios have a lot of support. When it comes to Nintendo, Nintendo's creating a lot of great games out here that everyone wants to play. They're meeting their demand when it comes to you know, they're supporting their community, right? They're putting out what their supporters want, right? The sales show that, right? Xbox is really the only ugly duckling in this situation. Now, it may seem like I'm trying to pick on Xbox, and I'm really not, because we gonna get to Nintendo and their bullshit in a second. Carl says, yo, that ain't a lie, Persona. You saw how anxious them devs were for the Metacritic scores? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's about perfection, man. That, like, a lot of them are perfectionists, right? And they all want to outdo each other, man. It's always in competition and in creating the best games. And I love that, man, because I have a very competitive spirit. So I love that stuff, right? But at the same time, you know, it may seem like we're trying to pick on Xbox, right? But that's not really the case. It's, in my opinion, it's constructive criticism. Certain things are not valid, and you can pick apart what those are. But I was in a space yesterday where, you know, Chico was trying to say how, you know, people are phony and fake and and this and that. And my thing about this community is, and it's not just Chico, right? I don't want people to think I'm picking on Chico, because I'm not, right? You know, me and Chico, you ain't cool, he cool people, whatever. I'm speaking general, because I don't want to be like, oh, Persona, why are you picking on Chico? That's not right. I'm not doing that. But you know, when it comes to this community, he who is without sin cast the first stone. We all are here to crack jokes. We all are here to have fun. We all are here to laugh and enjoy gaming, right? People crack jokes about PlayStation, Xbox. We all crack jokes, man. You know, Kid Smooth is a perfect example, man. He always talks shit about PlayStation, right? Smooth is cool as fuck. That's my boy. That's my boy, man. I know Smooth for a long time prior to fucking Twitter. I known him since the Facebook days, right? Smooth is cool dude, man. I got a lot of respect for Smooth. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing where, like, you know, this whole console war thing where you always see people who are trying to diminish this whole console war thing and try to say, oh, well, you know, console wars are this and that and this and that, this and that. And I've said this before. My whole thing has always been, if you feel this strongly about something, why do you keep talking about it? It's just like, yo, you ever like broke up with a chick? You know, probably not now, because y'all grown ass men and women. But, you know, back in the day when you was like in high school or in middle school, you know, your first, you had your first girl back in middle school, you know, then y'all broke up and you listening to fucking Mario and how do I breathe without you? You know, you listening to fucking I don't know, Babyface and all that shit back in middle school when you and your first girlfriend break up on the goddamn in the park on the jungle gym or whatever the hell, and you feel hurt. You feel hurt. You feel hurt. You listen to all the sad songs. You understand? You listen to Mario, you listen to Genuine or Mario. I got an icebox where my heart used to be. You listening to all that shit. You listening to all that, man. It's your first girl, man. You get what I'm saying? You talking about her to your boys. Nah, man, you know, who needs shorty, man? I don't need shorty, man. I got three, 4, 5 different chicks lined up. I don't need shorty. Shorty good. Man, forget her. You know, come on, man. It's your first girl. You with the boys. You in middle school, high school, whenever. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like, but you know, you still, you know that, oh, Usher, you got it bad. When you're on the phone, hang up and I call right back. And you got it bad. And you know, listen, you always find a way to bring her up. You and your boys could be talking about Dragon Ball Z. And you come out of nowhere, man. I remember this one time, man. Shorty ain't know who Frieza was, and she thought I was actually talking about the fridge in the kitchen. She's so stupid. Like, you just, and it's like, bro, what? Like, yo, what you talking about? You get what I'm saying? What the fuck are you bringing up what? Like, yo, we talk about Dragon Ball Z, and you talk about Shorty not knowing who Frieza is. What? What the fuck are you talking about? You get what I'm saying? And that's because you still love her. That's because you still miss her. And in your heart of hearts, you still want her back. But you fronting. You fronting for your friends. You fronting for your family. You fronting in the streets and in public. But in your heart, in your mind, and behind closed doors, you really want her back. You really want her back. You really want it back. And that's how I look at a lot of these people who always talking about how they above the console war, how they above, making fun of consoles, and how they love playing everything, and I play on everything, and I enjoy everything, and blah, blah. That's how I imagine these people are. They broke up with the console wars back in, because they used to love doing that shit. But now they trying to keep up appearances because they trying to impress whoever or get whoever, and whatever they trying to do. And so they got to keep up appearances. So, instead of them participating in the console war, you'll see them all up and down your timeline. I'm above the console war. I don't have to make fun of consoles because I own all the consoles.
I'm a neutral. I'm a neutral.
I'm a neutral. I own everything. I play everything. I enjoy every game. I enjoy all consoles. I'm a gamer first. I play games. I own everything. I go where the games are.
I'm a neutral. I'm a neutral.
And they keep saying that stuff. They keep bringing it up, but they keep trying to dismiss it. Every time you scroll down the timeline, you see them commenting on something fanboy-like. Commenting on the console war shit, on the back and forth, on the debates, on the arguments, and all that other stuff. You see them constantly trying to denounce that stuff, and in your mind, you're thinking, wait, if you don't like the console wars, if you don't want to associate with that stuff, you don't like that stuff, why do you keep trying to speak on it and denounce that stuff? Move on. It's just like with your first love. You keep bringing her up because you still love her. You keep bringing her up because you want her back. You keep bringing her up because you ain't moved on. You keep bringing up the console war because you haven't moved on. You want to be a part of it, but you can't because you got to keep up appearances. You're better than the console war. You're better than the person that's cracking a joke about PlayStation. You're better than the person that's cracking a joke about Xbox, about Nintendo. You're better than that. But to keep one foot in, and keep up appearances, I'm just going to talk about how immature it is. I'm going to talk about how wrong it is and how bad it is. It's like, listen, bro, why keep doing that? Why keep talking about that? I don't constantly talk about things that I don't like, or constantly talking about things that I don't want to be a part of. I always talk about things that I care about. I care about gaming, so I talk about gaming. If that falls on the PlayStation, Nintendo, or Xbox, it's gaming. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, guys? And like, if you scroll down your timeline, you see it all the time, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? And my thing is, who are you? And that's why I asked that question at Cheat Code, right? And I asked, are you Jesus Christ? right? And the reason why I asked that question is because he who is without sin cast the first stone. It's funny too. I was going to have that as the title too. He who is without sin, but I said nah. That's a little too Bible thumpery. I was like nah, not that. He who is without sin. Who are you to tell anyone how they are supposed to conduct or carry themselves on the internet? This is the internet, bro. Yo, listen, I'm not here to police how you are. You can be whoever and however you want. I don't give a fuck. Just know that there are consequences and repercussions for your actions. That's all I say. Listen, you do whatever you want, but always know that there are consequences and repercussions for your actions. There are consequences and repercussions for your actions. Yo, Viper Reap, man, he says, if anybody is better than console war, step off. Talk about stuff that you do care about. Leave the dislike stuff alone. I don't get why that's so hard to comprehend. It's not hard to comprehend at all, Viper. The thing is, people love that stuff because it's fun. Right now, listen. And I've always maintained this stance: the personal attacks, right? The when you start bringing up family and you start getting real weird with the shit, it's a problem, man. I don't do the personal attacks, attacking people's personal appearances and all that stuff. I don't do that stuff, man. I sign off like, yo, I don't do that. I don't play like that. That's just not how I am as a person. No, right? Now, your gaming opinions. Bad gaming takes, stuff like that. I most definitely will attack that 100%. But I'll attack it in a respectful way. But it's like, yo, I'll challenge your thoughts and opinions. And see, here's the problem. A lot of people don't know how to explain their opinions. You ask somebody, oh, I love this. Why? Because I do. It's my truth. My truth bullshit. I just do. What do you mean you just do? Like, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? Like, that's how you have a conversation. You explain your thoughts. You explain why you feel the way you feel. You say you love this game. Why? Explain to me why you love this game. That's why so many people get exposed in this community right now, because they can't explain themselves, right? Like, so say after like 3 months, 4 months has passed, we all talking about Horizon Forbidden West. Oh my God, Horizon Forbidden West is such a great game. Oh my God, I love that game so much, right? Somebody comes in, right, and be like, I thought Horizon Forbidden West was trash. Okay, the whole room just stops. Whoa, you think Horizon Forbidden West is trash? Did you play the game? Of course I played the game. Oh, you did? Okay. Tell us why. Tell us what you didn't like about the game. That sentence right there is like kryptonite. It is crippling to a lot of people's opinions when it comes to gaming. Tell us why what you didn't like about Horizon Forbidden West. Oh, well, I just thought the story was boring. What? What about the story was boring? It just didn't capture me. But like what? Like, what about the story didn't capture you? Did you not like? Well, obviously we don't know what the story is for Horizon Forbidden West, but I'm just using that as an example. Like, what about it didn't capture you? Oh, well, it's just boring. I fell asleep and the open world just wasn't for me. Like, okay, but like details. Yo, I love details. I love when people give details. Like, be detailed with me. I even like at work, I'm very detailed. Give me details. I want to know. Don't give me these surface level answers. And then you get checked and you say, oh, Persona, I don't really like how Persona acts, man. Persona's kind of mean to me, man. Like, Persona, why are you so mean? I'm not being mean. Just give me details. Oh, I shouldn't have to go into details. You should just accept my opinion for what it is. What? I should just accept your opinion for what it is? Absolutely not. And then they go, oh, well, it's my opinion, so, you don't have to, it doesn't matter. And then that's when the whole conversation goes left. All because you wanted somebody to be more detailed with what they're talking about. I'm just like, bro, I'm just asking for you to be more detailed, even to the audience, because that's disrespectful in my opinion, I think that's disrespectful to the audience. Yo, GN the Don, appreciate you, man, for the $5 super chat. Says people say they above the console war in denial after their world got rocked and got boys to men. End of the road on repeat. It ain't bad like Wolverine. AOGM. Ayo, that's crazy. Man said they got boys to men. End of road on repeat. Oh shit. Oh my god. Yo, GN, that's funny, bro. That's hilarious. So you know, like that's my whole thing. It's like, yo, what are the details? Right? I love when people give details, man. And like I was saying, I feel like that's disrespectful to the audience. So say, you know how me and Barry, when we do like our impressions or our review of like a game on What's Up PlayStation podcast, we go into details, man. You know, we really talk about the game. We have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? You know, we were talking about Sifu on last week's show, right? We were talking about the bosses that we loved. We was talking about the combat. We was talking about the level up system. We was talking about the movement, the mechanic. Like, we were talking about the game. Yo, Just the Guy, what's up, bro? We were talking about the game, giving details. I feel like, yo, that's disrespectful to the audience. Cause it's like, you're not really giving the audience your all when it comes to you explaining shit with gaming. Like, you have to explain shit to people. At least to me. With me, man, I need you to explain shit to me. You can't just give me a sentence or two and not really give me detail. I need details, man. I need details. Like, I need you to be specific. My ex was like that too. She would like be like real surface level with shit, and I'd be like, what do you mean by that? You know, no, I don't know. What the fuck do you mean by it? Like, what do you mean by that? You know, I shouldn't have to go into details. You should know. Shorty, baby, what do you mean by that? Like, shorty, what are you talking about? If I had to explain it, then I don't want to talk. All because I asked for more details. All because I asked more details, she would get angry and not want to give me the details. I'm like, yo, can you give me more details? Like, what do you mean? Why does it have to be so specific? Why you gotta be so specific, right? Why you gotta always be asking for details like that? Why can't you just take what I say at face value? Because I'm not that type of person. I've never been that type of person. I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna ask you to be specific. We used to argue about that all the time. And I used to be like, yo, why is this so hard? Like, why is it so hard for you to just give me more details on what you mean? Oh man, she cool though. She alright. Yo, shout out to Just the Guy. He says, yo, Sifu needs a sequel ASAP. Yo, they got some new content coming out for Sifu soon. So I can't wait to see what that is. Just the Guy again with another $2. He says, I'm at Sanctuary, but I'm old as fuck. Hey man, I made it to Sanctuary at 20 years old. What was it, on Wednesday? Yeah, on Wednesday. Made it at 20 years old. You old as hell. Nah, bro, you gotta restart that playthrough, boy. You need to get to Sanctuary at like 22. At the least 22. Kiso said, bruh, you know women want us to be Professor X. Hey, yo, bro, listen, man. I ain't no Professor X. I'm real specific. Man. Like, yo, shorty, I need you to be specific. I tell chicks that all the time when we're talking. Please be specific. If you think you're giving me too many details, you're not. Trust me. I need you to be specific. I don't do that, like, guessing game shit. I don't do that. I don't do that, shorty. Shorty, I don't do that. I don't do that guessing game shit. Absolutely not. But yeah, that's my whole thing, man. Listen, when it comes to the community, man, listen, man, community, as long as we play, like, yo, this one of the things real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the Nintendo stuff. One of the things I love most about this game, about our gaming community, like our community of people, right, is like games like Horizon, right? Horizon, man, has everybody together right now. We all are excited, man. The timeline is about to be filled with screenshots and photos and videos and clips, and I love this, man. Like, I love this so much because it's such a great feeling, man. 12 o'clock hit, we all gonna be gaming, man. We all gonna be hype as fuck. I love this so much, man. Like, this is the shit that I truly do love. Yo, No Cap Podcast in the building. Sick, what's good, bro? I love this, man, because we all are like just hype right now, man. We hype I love this shit, man. Straight up. I swear I do. But all right, man. I want to talk about Nintendo. It's Nintendo. They're an anomaly. 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 It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. They're an anomaly. Nintendo. It's Nintendo. They are a goddamn anomaly. Bullshit. Let's talk about it, man. Hey, yo, listen, man. Hey, yo, listen. Let me say something about Nintendo, man. I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo from the bottom of my heart. Nintendo has given me some of my greatest gaming memories and some of my greatest gaming experiences to date. They have. 100% they have. Yo, just a guy says, Nintendo needs to do better. They slacking compared to PlayStation. Absolutely. Well, they're not slacking when it comes to content. I think Nintendo and PlayStation are neck and neck. Nintendo might be edging out PlayStation just a little bit more when it comes to content, but they're putting Nintendo when it comes to content. Nintendo is definitely up there with PlayStation. Absolutely. It's just the hardware. That's really what it is. It's just the hardware and some of their business practices, in my opinion. Just a guy again, he says, especially since Xbox is extra garbage. Since Xbox is extra garbage. Yo, shout out to Just a Guy, man. I appreciate you, bro. So Nintendo, man. It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo, man. So listen, when I seen this tweet, Nintendo, yo, I seen this tweet late at night too, and I just shook my head, bro. I just shook my head and went to bed. I ain't even retweeted nothing. I said I'm gonna retweet it in the morning and that next morning and you know, talk about it or whatever. And yo, listen, Nintendo. First off, I'm not surprised. So Nintendo says as of late March 2023, it will no longer be possible to make Nintendo eShop purchases from the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. Now, hold on. Y'all know I'm all about keeping the same energy. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put the disclaimer out here now before we start talking about this, right? The same thoughts that I had about PlayStation when they were gonna shut down the Wii U, the Vita and PlayStation 3 stores, it's the same energy I'm coming with here, where I'm like, the disclaimer is, listen, if you truly cared about these games, you would have already owned them. You would have had them, especially if you're a game collector. If you care about game preservation, keep my games, keep gaming alive. You gotta keep it going, guy. You know, all that good stuff. Listen, you know, and listen, I'm all about game preservation and all that stuff, 100%, right? But I'm gonna keep the same energy that I have for PlayStation with Nintendo. If you truly cared about these games, you would have had them, and if you want them, go buy them real quick so you have them and call it a day. That's how I feel off the cuff, right? But see, here's my thing. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Why don't we? I can't do a UK accent that well. Questions. Why is this happening? Hey, yo, why is that the first question? Hold on. All right, let's look at this. All right, so eShop discontinuation. As of late March 2023, it will no longer be possible to make purchases in Nintendo eShop for the Wii U systems and the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. It will also no longer be possible to download free content, including game demos. Damn. Furthermore, as this data draws closer, related services will cease to function on May 23rd, 2022. That's real soon, guys. It will no longer be possible to use a credit card or add funds to an account in the Nintendo eShop on Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. On August 29th, 2022, it will no longer be possible to use a Nintendo eShop card to add funds to an account in the Nintendo eShop on a Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. However, it will still be possible to redeem download codes until late March 2023. Damn. So, the first question, why is this happening? Why is this happening? This is part of a natural life cycle for any product line as it becomes less used by consumers over time. See, here's my thing. Let's stop right there. That's important. Hold up. No. Let's zoom in. We about to do 300 times magnification, because y'all need to see this. This is important, right? Because this is the same thing. This is the same thing that I said about PlayStation when they was doing a PS3 and Vita. The facts, data, and statistics show that motherfuckers ain't playing on those consoles no more. They not buying stuff, especially with the Vita. People love to say, well, you know, the Vita's a failure. Persona, no one bought the Vita. The Vita didn't have no games. So then why are you crying about the store going away if the Vita didn't have no games?
Cut the cap.
Why are you crying about that? Natural life cycle. I agree. Right? Why is this happening? Exactly, Jamil. Why is this happening? It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. That's why it's happening. Exactly, Jamil. Shout out to Jamil, man. 6 months as a member on the channel. Appreciate you, Jamil, always. Why are you announcing this now? Yo, why do they think these are questions that need to be answered? Like, come on, bro. Like, why are you announcing this now? What the fuck you, like, what kind of, like, Nintendo, why do you think that's a question that needs to be answered? They're saying we are providing this notice more than a year in advance of the end of the purchases, so users will have plenty of time to prepare. Are any other systems or functions of Wii U and Nintendo 3DS family of systems going to be discontinued, such as online play? There are no plans to make any further changes at this time. So wait, the online play will still be there, but you're getting rid of the store? What? Like what? Like, why not keep the store? If people are still playing the games online, why wouldn't you keep the store as well? I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. How long will it? Well, wait, hold up. How long will it still be possible to re-download previously purchased content in the Nintendo eShop for Wii U or 3DS family of systems? How long will those systems still support online play? For the foreseeable future, it will still be possible to re-download games and DLC, receive software updates, and even and enjoy online play on the Wii U and 3DS family of systems. Hey, yo, real talk. They might even, yo, this may sound kind of crazy, guys. I think at some point in like another year or two, they gonna shut that whole shit down. You're not even gonna be able to download shit that you purchased. Real talk. Like I feel like Nintendo would do that. I'm not even gonna cap. I feel like Nintendo would straight up be like, yo, look, you've got till this amount of time to download this. If you don't, you'll lose that purchase forever. And it's like, bro, I bought this. I own this. I should be able to access it whenever I want. Yo, I can see Nintendo doing that. And then when Nintendo does do that, you know what people are going to say? It's Nintendo. They're an anomaly. 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 You're going to get all these people online saying,
well, you know, even though this is messed up and I'm not able to access the content that I purchased, I understand. I get it. This is what they should, you know, this is what's best for Nintendo. They want everybody to own a Switch. I get it. This is great for gamers.
But this is great for gamers. But this is great for gamers.
I think this is great for the community because this helps push Nintendo forward. You know, if you cared about that stuff, you would already own it. So I think this is great.
But this is great for gamers.
I see somebody saying some stupid shit like that. Like, no bullshit, I do. There are still Nintendo eShop cards at retailers that show the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS logos. What will happen to them? Why does Nintendo think these questions are what people want to know? Like, yo, I don't give a fuck about no logo or no Nintendo eShop card. Hey, yo, Nintendo, what are you talking about, baby? Jesus, these cards will continue to be at retail while supplies last. All Nintendo eShop cards can be used to add funds. I'm not even reading the rest of that, man, because that's just bullshit. All right, let's read this one. If someone visits Nintendo eShop and wants to re-download something on the Wii U or 3DS systems after late March 2023, what will they be able to do? On both platforms, users will still be able to re-download the content they own, download existing software updates. On both platforms, they will not be able to purchase any content. On a 3DS, this includes paid content paid content plays and passes in software such as Street Pass, Me Plaza, Theme Shop, Nintendo Badge Arcade, and Pokemon Bank. On the Wii U, this includes passes in software such as Wii Sports Club. Download demos, download free. So you won't be able to download demos, free to start software, redeem codes, and add funds. Damn. Jesus Christ, man. And then on Nintendo 3DS Family Systems, will users still be able to download? Users will still be able to download a small number of free themes for the theme shop. So listen, man. Here's my thoughts, right? Here's my thoughts. I'm gonna keep the same energy that if you truly care about these consoles and you really like buy the games, I'll say this, buy the games physical. I say physical as well. I wouldn't even buy anything digitally. Just cause I definitely think that's gonna be the next thing to go, where like you won't even be able to download the games no more in like another year or two. I know that's happening. So physical, I would say buy the games that you want physical, and call it a day. I mean, there's a couple of games for the 3DS. I still have my 3DS, and I have I got a couple of games for the 3DS. They're sitting in my box, in my one of my boxes. But I think for 3DS, you know, grab up a couple of those games, man, physical, and just call it a day. Especially now that those prices are going to jump up if they haven't already. So, you know, I would say definitely do that. But, you know, I think when it comes to them shutting down their store, it's the same thing. It's the same thing of what I was saying with PlayStation, right? You know, if you cared about these games, you would own them already. If you truly care about that stuff in terms of preservation, you would own that. You would own that already, right? I still have a PS3, you know. I think I still have my Super Nintendo at my grandmother's house. I'd have to check. I have to hit her up and be like, yo, you still got my Super Nintendo in the closet? She probably do. But if not, then that's gone. But you know, like stuff like that. She might even still have my Genesis as well. Now I'm thinking about it. You know, I'm gonna call her after this podcast. But yo, you still got my Nintendo and my Genesis? She probably still got it. But yo, you know, so like that stuff, like if you have it, then you got it. If you don't got it and you want it, you can buy it. If you don't want it, then this really doesn't matter. And I do think when it comes to keeping these types of stores alive, it's the same thing I was saying with PlayStation. That stuff costs money, right? And so when they're looking at the facts, data, and statistics, I do understand where it's like, yo, look, you know, they're trying to get rid of it. But I'm gonna look at the community when it comes to this bullshit, right? And with the community, I'm not seeing the same reaction like how I was seeing with PlayStation. When PlayStation announced it, boy, oh boy, you would have thought it was World War III. Lord have mercy, boy. Lord have mercy. You saw people talking about, oh my God, this is what's the problem with PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't care about preservation. PlayStation doesn't care about its gamers. PlayStation just doesn't care. Something's wrong with PlayStation. All up and down my timeline, all I saw was article after article. Game preservation. Why PlayStation needs to do a better job. People was comparing this to Game Pass. People was comparing it to Game Pass, saying, see, this is why Game Pass is, real talk, people are sick on Twitter, bro. People are crazy. People really were trying to equate PlayStation shutting down their PS3 store to Game Pass, right? Hear me out. Listen to this, guys. Saying that Game Pass is better. They were saying, oh, see, this is why Game Pass is such a great deal in gaming, because I get to play the family of Xbox game console games and all this other shit. And like, when you really peel back the layers and look at it, it's only like 30 or 40 games of like the Xbox One or whatever the case may be. Remember, it's only 250 games. That's one. Two, when you look at PS Now, when the conversation of PS Now came up, right? And I remember I was like, yo, what about PS Now? Because PS Now has a lot of those PS3 games. So if you want to play them, you can play them. Oh, well, I don't care about streaming. That's what they said, guys. I don't care about streaming. Streaming is not something I want to do. What? What are you talking about?
PlayStation got over that. PS Now has over 1,000 games. And again, if you truly care about it, you go buy the games. You pick the games up, right? Like that's how I see it. Like if I truly want to like really own a game and keep it, like from those old school generations, I'd pick it up. Like I want to rebuy a PS2 and buy a couple of those games just to have those games, you know. More specifically, I want to buy another PS2 and buy Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Chaos Legion, what's the other Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, Dragon Quest 8, I think that is, Dot Hack, what's a couple of other PS2 games I'd buy? Fear, I'd probably buy Fear. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's yo, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 costs like $200 on eBay. On eBay. Let me see. eBay.com. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the PS2 is like $200. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 PS2. 100 and man, look, hold up. Let me show y'all. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the PS2 is $129. 112, 129, $100. It's for a PS2 game. How much is Capcom versus SNK 2? Capcom versus SNK 2. The PS2. I love Capcom versus SNK 2. $50? That's not bad. That's just a box. In box untested. Oh, nah. Let me see. Damn, you can't even buy a Capcom versus. Okay, here go one. PS2 version Capcom versus SNK. 40. That's $50. $47.95, man. $50. $60 here. $45. Come on, man. Come on. How much is Chaos Legion? Chaos Legion. I love this game too. Chaos Legion was such a good game. All right, Chaos Legion, $20. You know what it is too? Chaos Legion wasn't that popular back in the day. It was popular, but people would have rather played Devil May Cry because Chaos Legion was made by Capcom as well. The Chaos Legion is very similar to Devil May Cry in terms of combat, so I think that's why folks wasn't really trying to fuck with it like that. I like Chaos Legion. I thought it was a great game. Look out. I thought it was a great game. Let's go PS2 games. The original Kingdom Hearts. Sly Cooper. Yo, Phil, man, appreciate you for the super chat. It says, I'm a preserve on a jump drive. You know the vibes. That's a fact. Mega Man X, that's a good game. So that's what I'm saying, man. When it comes to like, you know, preservation or buying those games, go buy them. If you truly want them, go buy them. But, you know, I think when it comes, my whole thing is this, man. Get a retro arcade game console for $150. Yo, always mad. Appreciate you for the super chat. It says get a retro arcade console, a game console for $150. You can do that as well. My whole thing is this though. It's this community, man. When it comes to this news, right? You know, Nintendo gonna do what they do, but my thing is this community, man. A lot of people in this community are much more understanding or much more forgiving when it's Nintendo, but when it was PlayStation, it was World War III. When it was PlayStation, it was, you know, this is why PlayStation needs Game Pass and all this crazy shit. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, man, like this is the shit that I talk about with the whole. They're an anomaly. They're an anomaly. They're an anomaly. They're an anomaly. It's Nintendo. That's my whole thing. right? That's really where I'm coming from with this shit. It's like, yo, when Nintendo does it, you're not seeing. All week I wasn't seeing nearly as many articles about this as I was when it was PlayStation. And a lot of these, like, big time journalists and people in the industry and what, I wasn't seeing them like really being vocal about it. Not like how they were with PlayStation. I see people understanding. I get it. I understand. It makes sense. It makes sense, because that's how it is, guys. PlayStation, Nintendo, we have the Switch now. We got Switch Online, so we're good. Shout out to Gene Park. He kept saying energy, man. He's like, yo, look. People talking about pirating the games. Crazy. Crazy. Some of the big people saying it, man. Crazy. It is what it is, though, man. Just know that same energy ain't always kept. They're not as vocal. When it's PlayStation, they are never as vocal as but when it comes to Nintendo, they're never as vocal, and there's always the excuse. They're an anomaly. But it is what it is. It's happening. Real talk, I wouldn't be surprised if PlayStation try to sneak and do it again and be like, oh, y'all okay with Nintendo doing it? Oh, all right. Yo, we about to shut this shit down. I wouldn't be surprised if they do the same thing. No cap. No cap. They try to do it again. I can see them doing it again. And they just gonna do the Nintendo approach and be like, yo, look, it's happening. So either you deal with it or you don't. Either way, it's happening. So, but here's the thing too. I see Nintendo doing the same thing with this whole Nintendo Online, where the 3DS games and the Wii U games and all that, they gonna throw that shit into a service and have that catalog content. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like it's going to. Because look at Nintendo Online right now. They got Super Nintendo games, they got NES games, they about to have Nintendo 64 games, and they got Sega Genesis games on there. You think they're not gonna put GameCube and Wii U and 3DS games in there? Absolutely. That stuff is definitely coming. That stuff is definitely coming. Carl says most people in that comment section weren't interested in buying old games. They just wanted to justify pirating games. Absolutely. That's 100% facts. That's 100% facts. Yo, listen, I think all three companies, that's what they're going to do. I think PlayStation is going to do that with the Spartacus stuff, where PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP or Vita at some point, but put those games into the service and just have a subscription model like that, where it's have like a subscription model like that where it's that content put into there, when you just pay a subscription fee and you have access to all those games. I can see them doing that. I see all three of them, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, going that route and doing that. They already semi are. So as the years go on, they're gonna start putting all that stuff in there. Yo, Chris Rice, what's good, man? Amanda, what's up? But yeah, I've talked y'all ear off enough. I wanna get ready for Horizon tonight. Clean up real quick and take a nap. Yo, listen, man, I really appreciate y'all coming through, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. Remember, No What's Up PlayStation podcast this Saturday. Me and Barry, we gaming, man. I'm on Horizon. I'm on vacation. I'm officially in vacation mode. I'm on Horizon all weekend, man. All weekend I'm on this game, bro. I'm getting lost in this world. Y'all not about to hear from me. Like I said on Twitter, the only thing you're gonna see from me is screenshots You're gonna see screenshots and combat videos on my timeline for the foreseeable future on Twitter. And on YouTube, I'm gonna post up some cool little clips and stuff like that. I'll probably do my impressions, probably like not this week or this weekend, probably next week or something like that at some point. Yo, listen, I'm hyped, guys. Listen, this is the start. This is when the real game's starting to drop, guys. All the big games, man. Horizon, GT, Strangers of Paradise, Destiny, Witch Queen, Elden Ring. The games is here, man. They're here, guys. So get hyped, get excited. Listen, I appreciate y'all pulling up and coming through, man. It was cool chopping it up with y'all, talking gaming, talking some good conversations and whatnot, man. I hope y'all enjoy Horizon. Enjoy. It says enjoy Horizon, everybody. I'll be playing it late. Gotta go revisit Zero Dawn first. Oh yeah, definitely do your thing, Jamil. Shout out to Jamil too, man. Yo, I know Jamil be wanting to. I know Jamil. Real quick, I know Jamil be wanting to go into some of these spaces and tell these dudes, man, like, cause I be seeing him in the listeners, like listeners. I know Jamil a long ass time as well, man, and I know Jamil, like, yo, he if Jamil get in a couple of these spaces, man, he gonna shut y'all down, man. Jamil's very smart. He's a smart brother, man. He's a smart brother. He's very good at articulating his thoughts and his opinions and his words, man. Very smart. So if he got into some of these spaces, hey, man, it would be funny as fuck, though. I know that. And I wanted to get into like a Xbox space and give his opinions. Them dudes be delusional as fuck. Them dudes be so delusional, man. Yo, I appreciate you too, Jamil. Always, bro. But like I said, guys, man, please be safe. Enjoy the gaming, man. Enjoy the weekend with your loved ones and be safe. And I'll see you guys next time, man. When Persona Speaks, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If you want to be a member on the channel, man, that's in the description. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's also in the description. Shout out to the new subs that I got today as well. Appreciate anybody that subs now or subs later. And follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. And all right, guys, I'm out, man. Be safe.